Oops. All right, good morning, guys. Let's see, CWBR. I'm doing a last check over the scan, see if anything new has popped up. There's a few things, but it's a pretty quiet pre-market, really. Alright, let's check these out. So, I noticed Solo was back over 3. With a little bit of volume so far. One Life pointed out to me that NIO, another EV stock, is getting some attention and moving up as well. So we're going to keep an eye on some of these EV stocks. This has WORX has a lot of volume so far in pre-market, but no PR. See, we're opening up here. I really don't like that it doesn't have PR. PHUN does have some PR as well, but it's not looking too good. See, so CWBR, okay, they got an offering, so that's no good. BKYI, they had an inaccurate news release, so I'm not even going to look at that. BBI. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. Doesn't have PR, it doesn't have much volume, but keep an eye on it. MYT, let me take a look at MYT. I don't have MYT on my list. No PR. Oh, this is a very, very cheap stock. 21 cents. It is getting a nice move so far. Out of the gate here. Well, I mean, for this price. Popping a little bit. I don't know. I don't like to trade stocks this low. How much volume has this had so far? Let's see, keep an eye on it. Solo selling off there. NIO getting a pop out the gate. I'm pushing up to that pre-market high. Looks like it's going to try to test it right away here. And there it goes, bam. Making a new high a day, so EV may start getting a little attention, although Solo's selling off. See BBI popping up some more here with barely any volume. It's moved 2 cents so far. Let's see, Solo bouncing off of that $3 area. is still moving as well. Works did pop right out the gate. Ton of volume coming in right at the bells all the way. So far 4 million in volume. No PR. But we saw yesterday the stocks that made the runs were the ones without PR, without any reason, so I don't know. PHUN slowly climbing. PHUN does have PR. Saying the revenues will increase. PHUN going to run into a ton of resistance. 3 different EMAs. If it could break over 130, possibly. Oh, let's see Solo popping up here, coming up to the downtrend. It's got to break 325. It's getting close to it right now. So we're having a bit of a pullback here. See, NIL's pulled back as well. I'm going on Solo. It's a big buyer that came in at 320. Now he's out now. Let's see. Looks like it's going to try to break this downtrend, but it hasn't broke yet, so it easily could come back down. But let's see. Got to break at 325 area, and then it's going to have pre-market high of 333. So you got 2 resistance areas it's got to break to really start moving. So we kind of got a flag here on solo. Big buyer in at 320, so 320 trying to build us some support. And that's why I hopped in this, because it looked like it was building with big buyers coming in there. But it's got to get over this area, it's 325 areas. There's 322, 323 areas causing some issues. So it just popped over that little flag on the 1 minute. Works is popping, yeah, I see it. Works is popping too. Here we go. Solo starting to push that 325. Here we go. Very nice. Finally getting through that 325. Let's see if that's the... Yeah, so it's trying to break the downtrend right now. Still getting hung up there, but... Yeah, Works is moving really nicely. I'm surprised it's moving like that with no PR, but it sure is doing it. Solo's not able to break this downtrend yet. We still got the 9 EMA at 315. Nothing to hold as long as that holds up. Take a look at Works real quick. Yeah, just straight up so far on Works. This is going to run into a bunch of indicator resistance ahead at $3, but I mean at that point, if you're already in, you'll be making pretty good money. Time. TYME. Time on a downtrend right now. Pretty rough downtrend. You in on GM? Epic? I haven't even looked at GM. Solo needs to get back over, start testing at 325 again if this is going to break. Oh, you're in on Solo? Yeah, that 1 minute red candle. This could go either way. I need some more buying volume to come in. I mean, it's holding up so far. It needs to start pushing back up. There we go. Starting to get a little buying volume back in here. If you look at the 5 minute, we're still getting held up at this downtrend line. At that 325 area. It needs a strong break. There we go. Testing 325 again. And okay, pushing through 325. Here we go. Starting to move up a little bit here. $333 is pre-market high, so there is going to be resistance at 333. We did at least break the downtrend. We can just hold above the downtrend, try to start testing this pre-market high here soon. Here we go, pushing through 329 finally. Got some selling at 330. $330 starting to slowly get taken out. Let's gotta test here for a minute. Epic, you locked a little bit out there. I don't blame you locking out around this 333 area. Because it could just easily hit this pre-market high and come back down. You know, there's no way to tell until it gets there what it's going to do. But my first target is 350 personally if it can break over this pre-market high. Having a little bit of a pullback here. I want to try to see this hold 325. Want it to hold 325 while it tries to test that 330 area. Right now it's testing that 325 support area. That old resistance. See, INO is moving again to 1950. So 325 is cracking, and it's probably going to pull back down to the 9, probably to the 320 area. Unless 325 holds up. Let's see, I'm going to look back real quick, look at some of this. 325, 344. Yeah, 350, 340 would probably be my profit target if it can break its pre-market high. This candle's got 40 seconds left. If this 5-minute candle can close over 325, I think we should see new buyers come in on this next candle and test that pre-market high. $325 cracking right before this candle closed. Interesting. So let's start this downtrend here and see if it can break that. I'm going to take this off because we already kind of broke this downtrend. See if it can... it's still getting hung up at 325. Ooh, now it just dropped back down to the 9. Starting to kind of curl over. Solo's got to get back over 325 soon or this is going to sell off. Still holding up the 9, but I don't like the fact that it's curling. I mean, you playing it safe today is probably a good idea, Epic. So I mean, I'm not mad at you for getting out of it and locking in a little profit. It's really struggling. But we're not getting very many new buyers in. Just like I said, I wanted to see that 325 hold on the close of that candle, and it didn't. So I mean, that's going to make buyers a little bit more wary to get in on this. It's going to have to re-break at 325 area. Start trying to build support again there. But Solo is usually not too fast of a mover. It usually takes Solo a little while to get going. You can see yesterday, right before post, it kind of slowly builds up before it actually makes a move. So that's what I'm trying to do, just give it a chance to try to make a move. Oh, stop, Daniel B. Trashing Solo. I'm glad you said that, DB, because you normally when you say that a stock is trash, it usually rips right after that. So maybe Solo will actually start moving now that you started talking trash about it. We'll see. But yeah, Epic Man, no problem, buddy. You know, good job not following me, because nobody should be following what I'm doing. They shouldn't be buying because I'm buying or selling because I'm selling. You know, you got to make your own decisions. So good job making your own decisions and stuff. Because I can be wrong. Everybody who's been in the chat for a while, you know, you guys know. I can be wrong. Very, very, very often am I wrong. Nice. Oh, stop, Daniel B. Talking crazy. Well, good job, Bradley there, getting a scalp on solo. I just there was a week where I traded solo like 2 or 3 times in a row, 2 or 3 days in a row or something like that, and it always moves slow before it does anything. So I haven't jumped out yet because it just acts a certain way. And so I'm trying to give it a chance to see if it's gonna if it's doing what it did before, where it just slowly climbs up, kind of stair steps up, because it is still above the 9. As long as the 9 holds, I'm willing to hold this. It just might be a lot slower play than something like Works, where Works rip real quick. Solo usually has to build up a little bit before it makes a move. Yeah, BLXL is one of those too that's like that. It just sometimes it has to move slow for a little while, consolidate before it really gets a move. Although this is starting to crack the 9. I don't know if it's gonna act like it did before or not. I mean, we are still building higher lows. As long as this 319 holds. If the 319 cracks, it's probably going to drop back down to 315. And there goes 319 cracking. Yeah, now it looks like it's really curling over. Now see, there is some support at 315. So I'm gonna try to see if 315 holds up. But that did just make a new, or that just ruined the higher lows, because the higher lows was right there at 319, 320 area, and now that cracked. So that 315 is going to have to hold for this to bounce, but I don't know, the 9's pointing down too. It's a little sketchy. And we're really testing that 315 support right now. Ooh, and that 315 just cracked quick. $312. See, 310 was that pivot point there. And there, 308. Should be pretty strong support in that 308 area. You had resistance there, and then broke out. Pivot point there. This dropped just a little bit below that. So I think thinking about putting a stop loss in right around there, and I may just hold it. And big buyer just came back in there, 316. We're on a pretty steep downtrend on these last three sell-off candles. There's not a triangle at all right now, DB. It's not a triangle at all. It's just a steep downtrend. There's sometimes these really steep downtrends. Now, I mean, I guess you could draw, the bottom trend line there, but still, this is a weird triangle if it's a triangle. I wouldn't really consider it a triangle, or at least a triangle that I would want to trade. I'm just watching this downtrend. There's a lot of support. It's a lot of support at $3 on this. If you look right back here, got a candle hitting there. This one broke through. Candles bouncing off $3. It cracked 3. 3 was resistance. Kind of like a double bottom under 3, and then it broke over 3. I don't know. I may swing this. We'll see what this does, but there's a lot of support under my entry. I got in at 321, but there's some support right here at 315, support at 310, support at 308, and then support at $3. So that's a lot of support. Don't listen. DB is trolling right now. Okay, DB is a very experienced trader. He's been trading longer than I have. He's just being a smartass right now. That's what he's doing. See, look, some of them's good on my Mac. He's just throwing out terms. He's trolling me right now. DB's been in the chat for a long time, and he can't help but be a smartass all the time. So if you entertain him, it only gets worse. If you start adding to his nonsense talk that he likes to do. God, I really don't want to swing anything though. I don't know. It's too early in the morning to make that decision. Let's just see if this holds up in the area it is. If it starts climbing back up. 315 is acting as some resistance now. So this just may be done. I'll start looking at other stocks in a minute. I'm just trying to give this a chance. This little consolidation on the 1 minute here. I'm trying to see if it's going to push up off of this. Because it is getting held up at 315. But if it does push back above 315 and start slowly moving back up, then I'm going to look at some other stocks while it continues consolidating. But I want to make sure that this isn't going to just drop out of this and sell off, which it easily could. So let's take a look at Works. Works, you do have a nice triangle starting to form on it. So if Works breaks over 260, this will start moving again. I don't think I have any more funds for today. I have a little bit. Although it may have to, Works may have to come back down to 240 and then bounce back up to 260 because it does look like it's getting held up at that downtrend. Might be a little too early for the break on that. Might have to give it a few more minutes. So many green and red sticks, you say. I guess we're having a jokey day. Okay, so finally, Solo breaking back over this downtrend, ending the little steep downtrend. This is what I wanted to see, is if it was going to pop out of this consolidation. So, well, Solo is still alive. Still a chance on this. Though I think, let's see. Yeah, on the 5 minute though, it's still hitting. Broke out of the 1 minute downtrend, but what? What do y'all want me to do? Move the bars over to the left? You're talking about the 1 minute? You'd rather the 1 minute be up? Like that? Is that what you want to see? If I can do it like that. Or I can make it even. I don't know what you got. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying. How's that? Is that better? I don't know what y'all want me to do with my screen. So we're testing the 5 minute downtrend now, starting to break a little bit, but still got to get back over 325. This could be a little pop, but it's got to break back over 325 from the right of the screen. I don't know what you guys want from me. What? Settings. Time axis. Expansion area? What do you want me to do here with this expansion area? Well, that's gone now. Oh, I see what. Ah, okay. You're just adding a little extra space. I don't want. Yeah. I mean, I do need to have some space on there, but 100 I think is too much. Let's just go 20. Yeah, 20 is better. 20 on that 1 minute chart there. See, it's consolidating right here under this at the downtrend line, so it's got to break up and over. If it doesn't, it's going to keep selling off. They did just get back above the 9. There we go. We're testing 325 again. Let's see if we can break through that. I still don't like. That's still too much. It's too much space. I don't like that much space. Let's go with 5. Let's try 5. There we go. 5 is good. That's enough. There we go. Breaking over 325. But I really don't look at the 1 minute that much. I'm more look at the 5 minute, because the 1 minute. The 1 minute can shake you out of things. So still getting hung up at that 325 area. I can see we're consolidating on the 1 at the 325 area now. I swing a little, but I'm just not a big fan of swinging. It has to be something really good. Like something I just can't pass up the opportunity to swing. Trying to build some support at 325 now. What are you asking me? What do I got on? What do you mean what I got on? Talking about what shirt I got on? Is that what you're asking, or what are you? I don't understand. I don't know if that's what you're asking. I don't know. Oh, are you talking about like right now? Am I in on? Do I have a swing trade? No. I'm not. I know I'm not swinging anything at the moment. I just mentioned swinging earlier because I was looking at Solo's chart and all that support below. I mean, usually good swing entries are when you have a ton of support below your entry, because it's less likely that it's going to drop. So if you got all that support and then not a lot of resistance ahead, kind of like Solo, like this daily chart is what I was looking at when I was thinking about this could be a potential good swing. depending on what it does today, though. So we did not quite get up to 330 yet. It's looking for this to push over on this candle, but it's not going to. It might take another candle. Boy, NIL is pulled back. It's actually kind of good. We're consolidating right under this 330 area right now. So it may get a pop here, possibly. You can see that consolidation right here on the 1 minute. At 324. It's got to hold up at the bottom of this consolidation, and then the move, the push up. And see that little 1 minute consolidation just cracked, so still is bouncing off the 9. Alright, I'm going to go look at some other stuff real quick. I'm going to let Solo do its thing. See there, Works hit that top of that downtrend, sold off. Could not break. Let's take a look at how INO looks. INO is selling off. TYME, nothing really there. MYT still slowly climbing. It's a weird, interesting stock there. Mara slowly moving. Oh, my sway scanner isn't working. Bam, there we go. PLIN, that had a quick pop. I've had a quick pop. Bunch of little quick pops at market open, but nothing so far really holding up. It's pretty much a waiting game here on Solo. And that's what I said. I may just have to hold this all day. I don't know, because we're consolidating. We're actually in a channel at the moment. So if you draw the line right there across those pivot points, that 308 area, it's the bottom of this channel, and then the top of your channel is right up here at that pre-market high. So we're actually in a channel. God, these lines are crooked. Actually, you put it more right there. 305. I said 308, but it really is 305. and then 330. So yeah, the channel is basically 305 to 330. And that would be another reason I could possibly swing this. So we're just, in the overall scheme of things, we're just in one big consolidation channel at the moment. Is Tuesday when the split goes into effect on Apple. I might look at buying some Tesla, but I'm just not a fan of Apple. Like this is just my personal opinion. I don't own any Apple products. I think they're all garbage. They're overpriced nonsense. So I definitely are not going to invest in that company because I just don't like that company. But Tesla, we'll see what it looks like on Tuesday. But I definitely want to add some Tesla to my portfolio at some point, especially after missing the big dip on Tesla back in March. But if you like Apple, I mean, it is a strong earnings company and stuff. So yeah, I mean, Apple might, but still, I just like I have a pure like internal hatred of Apple that I can't really explain. Like I just do not like what they do. Because the chips they use Intel and AMD, although Apple is trying to start doing their own chips from what I heard. That is a good question there, Dan. Good analysis of this. You don't like Apple either? Good. See, I'm not the only one. But the thing is, they use all the same products as all the other computer companies, like the same chips, the same boards, all that stuff, and they charge you way more money. You basically get charged for having an apple on your phone, like a picture of an apple, and I'm just not that big of a fan of apples. Now, maybe if it was like some fried chicken with mashed potatoes and gravy as the logo, I might could get down with paying the extra for that. But it's just an apple, so I just don't think it's worth the extra money. And of course, I'm somewhat joking, but the facts before the joke is the part that I don't like. He's gonna hate. Yeah, and they also slow their phones down too, so you have to upgrade every time a new phone comes out. They purposely slow them down. I think they've even admitted to it. But everybody I know who has an Apple, as soon as a new one's coming out, they're like, "Oh, my phone is really acting like trash now. I got to go get a new one." I'm like, if it happens every single time a new one comes out, don't you think that's a little suspect? I think I would probably not buy that phone. Buy and sell the. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, I could swing trade. I could swing it or whatever. I know what you're saying with Apple. Like you're not saying long term investing. You're just saying buy it and sell the rip. But honestly, that's how deep my hatred for Apple is. That I don't even want to do that. I don't even want to make money off Apple. I don't want to give Apple the credit of saying that I made money off of the Apple stock. That's how much I hate it. So I just refuse. I refuse. Oh wow. Look at there. See? See what I'm saying? Stuff like that. His friend just lost money because of a stupid Apple phone. It's man, just no. They will not. They will not get $1 of my money, even if it's for a short little bit of investment for me to make more money on it. There's plenty of other stocks and companies that I can trade and make money off. I just don't want no parts of Apple. Apple's like that little stinky kid when you was in kindergarten who like always sat in the corner of the room. That's how I feel about Apple. You're just like, man, I don't even want to go near that. Like, I get that kid some soap and shampoo for Christmas. I better stop, man. You can't be joking like this anymore. 2020. I have people in the comments upset and offended that I made fun of a hypothetical stinky kid as a comparison to a big corporation like Apple. Yeah, I just better stop. I'm going to leave it alone now. Yeah, I'm sure it will. I mean, when Apple announced the split, that was the same thing I thought. I was like, man, I could probably make some money off of trading Apple on this split, but do I really want to do that? And I just don't want to. Oh god, the whole Macintosh commercial. Now, let's see. Oh yeah, Tesla. See, Tesla, I would buy it and I would just hold it. I wouldn't even sell after the rip. I might sell some and then buy back in some more later if it dips. But I anything that Elon Musk is involved with, he just sent people to the moon and is wanting to have a space station on the moon and send people to Mars. And the fact that he just sent people to, or not, I'm sorry, he didn't send them to the moon. He sent them to the space station. But I'm sure he's going to send them to the moon pretty soon. But anything that guy touches, it's like gold. So I just don't want to buy a Tesla at 2,000 or whatever it's at. I haven't looked at Tesla in a while actually. Let's take a look at Tesla. See where it's at. Oh, yeah, it is at 2,000. It's above 2,000. I was right. Yeah, look at this, man. The stock is ridiculous, since it just nuts. But Elon's like one of them savant geniuses. And those savant genius type of guys, man, they usually don't play around. Yeah. I agree. I think both Apple and Tesla both will probably rip after the split. Like I don't doubt that at all. I mean, I would be surprised if they didn't rip. If they end up selling off after the split, that would be pretty mind-boggling. The question, see, here's the question though. Since everybody knows the split's coming, is it going to already be factored into the price of the split to where maybe it doesn't get that much attention? But then the next question you got to ask, with their shares being a lot lower, institutions and all that are probably going to load up on them too. So I don't see very much of a case for either one of them to drop at all out of the split. So, like, they just have a lot better chances of ripping. Because, like, why would you not want to buy Apple and Tesla at a cheaper price? The dilution, the split doesn't matter with those companies because they're worth billions. Like a split happens on a penny stock, it crashes and it just, it's done, whatever. But with those companies, they have so much value. I just don't see any case where they drop. It could happen. They could possibly drop because nothing is impossible in the stock market, but I just don't see a case for it. You'd have to make me a really compelling argument of why they would drop. Apple, not as much. If you told me Apple was going to drop, I'd be like, whatever, I don't care. But Tesla, you'd have to give me a real good argument. Yeah, Works is selling off. It was just a quick rip. I mean, it's in a pretty... Whoops. I forgot I had the channel drawings on. Like, it's in this downtrend. Until it gets back over this downtrend, it could easily just sell off. Like, just like with SGLB yesterday. I took that loss on it, but I got out when I did, and SGLB just ended up selling off the rest of the entire day. And it actually had good PR. Like, sometimes in the stock market, things don't matter. The things you think will happen sometimes don't happen. So we're having another little pullback here on Solo. If it can hold above in this area, that'll be a new higher low. It's got low, low, low. So we're kind of getting this stair step. So as long as this can hold up right there, it'll be all right. Yeah, if the market crashes, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's a good point. You just made me think of something that's a very good point by saying if the market crashes. If the feds do what they say they're going to do and increase inflation and increase rates, if that's what they say tomorrow, there is a real possibility that investors might start pulling their money out of stocks, and we could get somewhat of a dip. I don't think it'll be a crash like back in March, but we may get a pretty nice pullback. Now that could affect the split with Apple and Tesla, and if that does happen, that would be nice because then they would drop even cheaper and you could actually get them at really good discount deals. So a lot of that depends on what the Fed say tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure that's why the market has been so quiet yesterday and today, is because of this serious announcement that Jerome Powell's going to make tomorrow. But what you have to realize is with increasing inflation, it devalues the dollar. And if the dollar is devalued, the only way to get your money from stocks to something else like real estate or precious metals, you have to convert it back to cash. So it being devalued is not good for people trying to transfer out of stocks. So they're going to try to transfer very quick. That's why I think there could possibly be a dip for this week, depending on what they say tomorrow. Now, a little bit later, I'm going to try to get this video out today, but I actually just started buying up a little bit of gold, silver, and platinum bars, just little ones, just in case something happens. Because with them raising inflation, if you keep raising inflation, you keep printing money, that is not sustainable because these fiat currencies are trash. They're nothing but garbage pieces of paper. The US dollar bill is really, it's garbage. Like, it's nothing. And that's why I have a portfolio. That's why I've got real estate investments. And that's why I just started buying some precious metals here and there. I'm not going to spend a ton of money on precious metals, but I would rather have my money in other things than in currency. Because currency is nothing. The value is what it's worth, but the value is transferable to other products. So if that happens, you know, if they ruin these fiat currencies, then gold, silver, platinum, all that stuff will skyrocket. He said from what I read, Jerome Powell said that they're going to try something that's never been tried before, and they're going to purposely increase inflation. And in my mind, I can't wrap my head around why that would be a good idea. So that's why I'm saying, like, because all you have to do to increase inflation is print more money. You know, we just did this with that last stimulus package or whatever. The feds had to dole out some of that money to give to everybody. So you can't keep printing money because it just makes it more worthless and more worthless. I know they try to keep it low, but now he's saying the opposite. He's saying he wants to raise it. That's why I'm like, I don't know about that. We'll see. You know, we'll see. This is the speculation, and like the conversation we're having right now about this is on a lot of institutional investors' minds right now. And that's what I'm saying. That's probably why we're not seeing any big rips yesterday or today. You know, everything's kind of moving slow because Works, you know, it did get a nice pop up, but now it's sold off. We're having quick little pops. We're not having those big, long green days. There's a lot of uncertainty in the market. And I'm thinking it's because of what he's going to announce tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I'm just skeptical of their idea of trying to raise inflation. I just don't think that's a good idea. He can raise inflation. All they have to do is print more money. As soon as you put more money out there, you put more dollar bills of currency out there, it's a fiat currency, so you make the dollar bill less valuable, and it's going to raise inflation. It's very easy to raise inflation. The Zimbabwe million dollar bill or whatever that thing was that they tried to do to save theirs was just more money printing of fiat currencies, and now, you know, they ruined their currency by doing that. Like the feds can do what they want. They manipulate the inflation to keep it in a certain area. They want to keep it between, I think, like 0.5 and 1.5%, more towards the 1.5% area, but they can manipulate it and push it up, which is what he said he wants to do is raise inflation. So like it's weird and nonsensical. Yeah, but if they stop, I mean, I get what you're saying, that they can't raise it, but we're kind of arguing semantics. Because if they're not trying to keep it low and they're purposely letting it go up, then, you know, they're still making it go up. So that's the thing. They're the ones manipulating it. So it's not really a question of whether they can or can't. It's a question of, are they going to, you know, not try to keep it down and just let it go up. You know, it's the same thing basically. I get what you're saying though. But it's just like puppet strings. They manipulate it however they want to. But we already we already in a little bit of a sketchy economic situation to where if they print more money, inflation could get out of control. I think I don't know what. That's why I want to see what they say tomorrow, because I can't think of a good reason why they would want to raise inflation more, or let inflation go up more, however you want to phrase it. Oh, I'm trying. Let me see. Let me look at this website. I looked through a bunch of websites before I decided to buy from one, and this one had very good reviews and was insured and stuff. I didn't buy a lot because I wanted to, buying gold and silver online sounds sketchy, but the one I looked at was APMEX. So I looked at a lot of them, and they kind of had the best reviews with the decent prices compared to most of the other places, and they had free shipping, and they guarantee their stuff. So like when it gets here, I'm taking magnets to the gold and whatnot. I'm gonna make sure that it's real, because if it's not, then I'm gonna have to go through a whole thing. But that's the reason why I didn't buy too much in the beginning. I want to make sure they're a reliable source. So I don't know yet. I haven't got it yet. When I get it, I'll let you guys know if they're a reliable source, if it turns out everything's legit. But yeah, but see, here's the thing with mining stocks can be good. I have plenty of mining stocks right here. Let's see, where's it at? I got gold mining stocks on this watch list. So I got NEM, I keep an eye on. That's fine. Like, these stocks do go up. So if the market's crashing, they will usually go up. But like I said, the problem is, if you're trying to move your money out of the stock market, you have to turn it back into cash before you can actually buy something. Nice, Donna. On the with having actual bars or coins or whatever, I just want some personally, just in case, because if the fiat currencies crash, because if the US dollar crashes, the whole world's fiat currencies are going to crash. And while I don't think it's going to be anarchy and apocalypse, I think there will be a transition period where everybody will have to figure out, all the different world governments will have to figure out a currency to put in place. Until then, I would just like to personally keep a little stash of gold, silver, and platinum bars on me in case something like that happens. Before last year, we would have never thought that a pandemic would happen and shut the whole world down. So I'm just preparing just in case. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to have a little bit. That's what I said. I didn't go crazy and go and buy a whole bunch, but just me personally, I want to have a little bit just in case things happen to hit the fan again and the whole world goes nuts. So that's what yeah, it is a mixture of Fortnite and The Walking Dead. You're right. I haven't even been watching it because it's just slowly consolidating in this channel. Yeah, preppers. I mean, you can make the doomsday prepper jokes and stuff all you want to, but I'm just being careful. This year is like, it's like, I don't know. 2020's not over yet, guys. So the aliens haven't landed yet. There's a whole bunch of things that could still possibly happen. We got 2 hurricanes that, are crashing into each other, which is crazy. There's just a lot that could happen. So I'm just buying a little bit of precious metals. Like I said, I'm going to do a video where I talk about that more, about the precious metals and stuff more. But I just personally would feel a little bit better if I had some of my cash as metals, just in case. Like, yeah. 2020 is your year. 2020 has been a year. It's that Baby Shark, man. Everybody started singing Baby Shark. And it opened the gates of hell. Now that's what we got to deal with. You can't put Pandora back in the box once you sung Baby Shark. If solo keeps consolidating, I mean, it's just consolidating sideways at the moment, and if it can break over 330, it's going to make another leg up, which will probably be up to the 350 area. But I bought bars. I didn't buy coins. Like coins are fine, but if they're not mint, if they're not like mint coins, the coins tend to be a little bit more expensive than the bars because of all the detail and the art that they've put into them and all that. And I would rather not pay extra money just to have a coin. But the coins do have collector value as well, besides just the metals that are in them. So, uh, let's see. Let me check Apple. Let's see. I haven't looked at Apple. I never look at Apple. Do I think it will rally before the split? I mean, it looks like it already is rallying. I mean, it's been going up since the split was announced. It's having a little bit of a dip today, but if you look at it, it's just kind of like some consolidation here. I mean, it did just hit a new high a year, so new high a year, you're going to have a pullback. You got the pullback. It held right around that 492 area. Now it's pushing back up over 5. And you see 500 is acting as some support. Actually, that 500 area probably would be some pretty strong support. Because it was resistance all the way through here. Now you're above it. It probably will bounce off of this 500. When's the split? Monday? Is that when you said it was? But here's the thing. Tomorrow is when the feds announce whatever they're going to announce. So we'll see tomorrow. I'm not going to say anything until I see exactly what the feds are talking about. Like I said, this is them talking about letting inflation go a little bit makes me really nervous for anything, to be quite honest. Tuesday, okay. Because what they have to say tomorrow could affect the entire market. So that's the thing. I can give you an opinion today, but that opinion could easily be changed by whatever the Feds say. So we'll find out tomorrow. So Solo pulling back a little bit here. Still trying to hold 315 though. This is probably going to be an all-day hold possibly. Because I think at this point, unless Solo sells off here and cracks below 305, I think at this point Solo's just going to consolidate probably until after hours. Or maybe right before after hours. I really don't know. But it's in a channel, so until it breaks up or down, it's just going to keep going sideways. Yeah, I know. That's a good point. So I probably won't sell, so I probably won't swing Solo. Because that Fed speech, that's a good idea not to swing until you hear what he's going to say. But I probably will hold it for most of the day today because it's just going to be in between these two lines, just bouncing around. So the question is, see, I'll be risking. Yeah, I'm willing to hold it as long as it's in this channel. There you go, Donna. That's a good idea. No, as far as day trading, I don't really trade any large cap stocks. Just simply because it takes a lot of capital to trade large cap stocks. If you're talking about day trading, and they usually move pretty slow. Like, I know Solo is moving extremely slow, but most of the time these small caps and mid caps, when they do get a rip, they rip pretty fast, and you can get in and out with day trades. But the large caps, it's just, I don't know. I just don't like putting that much capital into a day trade of those to try to make money. What are they going to start selling online? What is Facebook going to sell? The Facebook sneakers. Facebook towels. Facebook flip-flops. Interesting. We'll see. We'll see what you see here. Star Battle. Are they going to sell stuff like Amazon? Is that what you mean? Oh, God. I don't know, Star Battle. So they're going to be like Amazon? Okay. I was joking about the products, the Facebook flip-flops and stuff. I figured it was going to be like Amazon. Yeah, I'm gonna call BS on this. There's no institutional investors buying a less than a third of a penny stock. Institutional investors are not even looking at this. Why would they buy this? Why would anybody buy this? This stock is. It did have a nice rip back there apparently, but I mean this is like. Oh, it says it in the PR. It does say it's a institutional. Let me read this PR. Additional investment. Leading institutional investor. Phase 1. So this is an Australian company. An Australian cancer treatment company. Where is it? Let's see. I don't know. I mean, they are saying there's an institutional investor, but the problem is this is an OTC stock, and OCT companies can blatantly lie in their PR. There's not a lot of regulations in OTC markets. And a lot of these companies that are this garbage will blatantly put out garbage PR to try to spur up pump and dumps, but I can't see an institutional investor actually wanting to buy this. I don't think so. I wouldn't touch it personally. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's real sketchy. I don't like the sketchiness of it. Like, I didn't even want to buy MYT, and it's 22 cents, but a stock that's a fraction of a penny. You could. Here's the thing, though. It is a fraction of a penny. You could, like, I don't know, maybe, let's see. I don't know. So you got three, five. So for a dollar, you could probably buy 5,000 shares of this. If I'm doing the math correctly, it's either 500 or 5,000. So like, if you want to put a dollar in this, you could. if you, I mean, if you wanted to just take a gamble. But here's the thing: it's an OTC stock, so there's commissions on it. So if you was to buy it for a dollar, it's going to cost you $5 to $7 just to buy it for that gamble price, and then to sell it will cost another $5 or $7 depending on what broker and what your commissions are. So even then, it's just not worth it to even try to gamble with this. I don't. I want no parts of it. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Alright, guys, if you have any questions, suggestions, or ideas, go ahead and get those in. I'm going to step away for a minute while y'all figuring that out. I'm going to put a little stop loss in here just in case. 305. 22. Before I just walk away. And then when I get back, I will answer those questions and we'll probably call it a day. And then I'll just let this ride for now because it's just consolidating. So I'll be right back. All right. So, is anything else going on at all? NIO coming back up. If NIO could break over that 1985, make a new high, it'd be interesting to see. Work still selling off, time selling off, MYT not doing anything. PHUN. Some mid caps and large caps that have moved. Not too much in the small cap world. AYRO, no. AYRO is an EV stock. That's moving. So NIO, AYRO. With some EV moves. I'm not seeing much else. AKTS. It's 5G network infrastructure design. That's interesting. Yeah, but I don't see too much else going on right now. Solos died off on volume. It's starting to look a little barcodey. So right now the algorithm's just trading it. What 5G? I don't know if I have any. Let me see. The tech stocks I kind of have that will get a boost off of 5G is Intel, AMD, and then MNDO might, because it's an infotech company out of Israel. It might get a boost from 5G, possibly. I'm not sure on that, but it could. And then I have an investment company called Horizon Tech, which is HRZN, that invests in tech startups. Pays a pretty decent dividend. I think it's a monthly dividend. Let me look over here and see real quick. Yeah, they pay a monthly dividend. July. Yeah, it's a monthly dividend of about 10 cents. So that could get a boost from 5G. I haven't got, like, if I was going to invest in one, it would either be one of the tower REITs or it would be Skyworks. And I actually have forgot to look. I've been wanting to keep an eye on Skyworks. Let's see, they don't have a 5G. I thought I had a 5G watch list. But Skyworks, it'd either be Skyworks or one of the... Like, I didn't get Skyworks when I wanted to. Back when I made the 5G video, I held off on getting it, and that was kind of a mistake. But Skyworks is definitely one that is probably going to be one of the leaders. The other one would be... I I can't remember right off the top of my head. CCI. Skyworks is a good 5G one. I know a lot of people say Nokia and Ericsson. They're like maybe. Yeah, Crown Castle. Yeah, Crown Castle is one of the REITs that I was talking about. One of the tower REITs that's going to own the 5G towers. And it pays a pretty good dividend. It's definitely one that you want to keep an eye on for 5G. It actually is having a pullback at the moment. I'd like to see how much lower this goes, because I might pick up a little bit of Crown Castle at some point. And then I'm blanking on what the other one is. The other one that a lot of people say is the number one 5G stock, Qualcomm. That's what it is. What is I can't remember what the ticker symbol is. Right, QCOM. There it is. This would be another possible choice. Yeah, Qualcomm's already gapped up too. Nice move up. So that would be another interesting 5G one that I would pick up some shares of. At the moment, though, it's pretty high. Let's see. The Skyworks ticker symbol. I just did it. Okay, that's WSKWS. And the Skyworks is kind of high, but it is in a little dip. Just for, let's see. So here's, Nokia is actually rebounding a little bit. I just don't see why Nokia, like I hear people saying Nokia and Ericsson would be, like maybe Ericsson, but Nokia, I don't know. If you look at the max chart on this, like Nokia is just so far down and it hasn't done anything really in like 10 years almost. So I don't know why 5G would make a difference with it. There's a bunch of different Ericsson ones. They're working with UNICEF. Okay, so that's pretty good PR with Ericsson. They're working with UNICEF to map school connectivity in 35 countries. So that one maybe, but Nokia, I just don't see a good. I don't see a good reason. I just feel like Nokia is too risky. Like if I'm investing kind of long term or even like mid term for 5G, I just don't like Nokia. Oh, Applied Materials, that's another one. The ones I had in the 5G video, those are the ones I went through a ton of 5G stocks, and those are the ones that I narrowed down that I preferred. AMAT, there it is. Yeah, and you see Applied Material looks really good, and consistent dividends, consistently growing dividends. This is one that I've been meaning to pick up too, and I forgot. Yeah, that dip right there in March would have been great, but if Applied Materials would come back down to maybe 54. Kind of bouncing off this old resistance here. I don't know if it holds above 60 for a couple of weeks. I may get some of this at 60. It does pay a good dividend there. But I do want to add some 5G to my portfolio. I just have been waiting. Corning. What's the ticker symbol for Corning? I'm like, I did the 5G video, so I haven't done much 5G research since then. And that was back at the beginning of, I don't know, it was in the first half of the year. And I look at so many stocks all the time, which is why I usually have a watch list for the things that I want to keep on watch. But I'm gonna go through and do. I think later today, probably closer to probably around 6 Central Time, I'll probably do a Traders Lounge. We'll do a Traders Lounge, live stream lounge, and I'll make a new 5G watch list over here. Cause I thought I had one and I didn't, but I do want to keep a watch list. GLW, yeah, that's what Corning is. Corning didn't stand out to me when I did the research on these. It has made a nice move back up, and it's brand new high. So yeah, this is interesting. So let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and add a watch list and we'll add that to it. Yeah, the fiber optics, yeah. It's possible did I miss Corning? I don't know. I don't remember. I thought I remembered looking at it, but we'll save this. We'll talk about 5G in that live stream. We'll aim for, like I said, we'll aim for 6 Central Time tonight, and we'll do a Traders Lounge live stream and talk about 5G and whatever else you guys want to talk about. Here, I'm just going to put GLW here for now because I don't want to do all that at this moment. And solo. QCOM, put some of these in here. CCI. And then we'll see NIO. NIO coming up to that high. Or it actually just made a new high. Nice. Interesting if this breaks over 20. Yeah, if this breaks over $20 here today in the next little bit, I would say it's probably going to make a decent move. That's interesting. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day for now. We'll see how Solo does. We're going to do the live stream later tonight. We'll find out what happens with Solo. But right now there's just not a lot of volume and it's just consolidating it, so I'm not going to get out of it at the moment. Just let it do its thing in this channel. Yeah, that's a good point about Corning. The fiber optics is serious. But yeah, I'm going to call it a day. Appreciate you guys joining me as always. We'll be back tomorrow for some more live day trading. And then, like I said, this afternoon we'll do a Traders Lounge stream around 6 p.m. Central. If you want to come and join that, it's just going to be a laid-back stream. Just talking and looking at different stocks. And I'm going to make this 5G watch list. And if you want to come join us, come join us. But you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Until next time.